Hello, students. Had a question here in 8.1 homework, question number 17. And so the student's comment was, the seeds are 1 and 2. Does that mean my first term is 1 or is my first term 3 where I get the first addition? And so let's take a look. So the first 7 terms of a Fibonacci sequence with these seeds. I'm going to get a little bit of white space here and hopefully get this one handled pretty nicely. Let's take a look. So when we start looking at terms in a sequence, so here's the terms. Okay, so first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. Okay, I got all those options. Now it says the seeds are 1 and 2. So there's the 1 and the 2. That's your first term and your second term. The reason is when you define a Fibonacci style sequence, you say that it's the term before added to the term before that. So like 1 term backwards and 2 terms backwards. So you've got to have the starting point there. After that, you add together. So 1 plus 2, 3. Then you add the next 2 together. You add the next 2 together, add the next 2 together, add the next 2 together, and there you go. Okay. So now as you're going through, it says, okay, so find the first 7 terms. That's the first thing you do. That's part A. Part B, the sum of the first 3 terms of the sequence. Then you're just taking the sum right here. What is this sum? Okay. There you go. All right. What is the sum of the first 4 terms? Okay, then you would add that. What is the sum of the first 5, 6, 7, and so forth? And find the following: a pattern for the sums as you kind of go forward. So there you go. That's what we're looking for. So yes, definitely the seeds do count. They are the first 2 terms in the sequence as you go forward. And hopefully that gets you what you need. All right. Awesome. Cool. Now notice the pattern for the sums and the rule for the pattern. There might be a hint here in part H. The rule using the notation for Fibonacci terms. Okay. So let me just go back just a little bit because it's like that's a nudge. Every time I see these type of questions, I always go, wait a minute, what are they saying here? They're giving me a little bit of a hint that it should involve the Fibonacci notation. And so when you say Fibonacci notation, the Fibonacci number notation is like F1 is 1, F2 is 1, and then goes forward. And so the recursive definition tells you what to do after you get past the seeds, but then it kind of says, this is what I could find. And so I think in my video, I showed how in a true Fibonacci sequence, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and so on, that you could pick numbers and that the number in the middle would always, when you square it, is always 1 less or 1 more than the other 2 numbers on the sides of it. And so I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. Let's see here. Here, so if you're writing it down, there might be a way of connecting what you're doing. And so, yeah, almost don't want to give it away. But yes, you could use the Fibonacci notation. So if you wanted like the first term in the Fibonacci sequence, like this one right here would be F1. This one right here would be F2. This one right here would be F3. That's the Fibonacci notation, but it's really just sequence notation, just a capital F because we know it's part of the Fibonacci. For what you're doing in your homework problem, they didn't give you this very first one. And so you would start here. And so you could call that, instead of F, just call it like T1, term 1. The next one is T2, the term 2, and so forth. And that might be able to help you see a connection. All right. All right. Oh, and by the way, if you were looking, the homework problem here with the cantaloupe, the vase, and the watermelon, we may end up seeing a little bit later in section 8.4. So that's it for now. If you have other questions, please let me know. All right, take care.